morning. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a beautiful start to your day. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you are new, my name is Melissa, and this channel is all about self-love, positivity, and focusing on creating your dream life. So today I'm going to be answering a question that I got on Instagram from someone who has been a subscriber of my YouTube channel since 2015, which is pretty much when I started uploading videos. So thank you so much for being with me this whole time. And her name is Amanda, and the question that she's asked is, I'll just read it out. Hi, there is a ton of negativity in my office, and I am not innocent of being sucked into it and even contributing. How do you help get a group to start to change and bring about more positive environment in an office? Thank you so much for your question. I actually love this for several reasons. First of all, you're noticing that there's an issue. You're noticing the negativity. You're aware. When you're aware of something, that means that you can actually take steps to change it. Second of all, I love that you have admitted your own part in this. The fact that, yes, I have contributed. Yes, I have been a part of that negativity, and I want to change. So what can I do about it? I think that takes tremendous courage, and I really respect that. As far as what you can do to bring about a change, I'm not sure if there's gossip and what you mean by like negative environment in an office, but I'm going to assume for the sake of this video that you mean gossip, focusing on negative things, talking about the same repetitive things, and just overall conversation that is just bringing you and probably everyone else down. The first thing I want to say is all you can control are your own actions, your own contributions or lack thereof. You are not going to be able to force other people to change, and nor should you try to. So everyone's responsible for their own behavior and words and actions. So this is all about how you can kind of dissolve that negativity. You can separate yourself from those conversations if need be. And the first thing I want to say is just the worst thing that you could do in this type of a situation is announce it to everyone that you're gonna not participate in this negativity anymore and say like, I'm gonna stop gossiping and you guys should stop gossiping, because the only thing that's gonna do is it's gonna make everyone else feel judged. It's gonna make them feel like you're saying that you're superior to them and, you know, I'm above all of this office gossip and this negativity. And that's really not the case at all, because you've even admitted, you know, hey, I've contributed to this as well. We're all human, we make mistakes, but it's just not something that I want to continue with anymore. So it's just, you know, something similar is when people go on a healthy lifestyle kick, or they decide to change their diet. It's so easy to want to go out to other people, our family and friends, and say, hey, that stuff that you're eating isn't good for you. You should go on a diet. You should start this healthy way of eating that I've started, or you should start exercising like I have. And that usually never goes down very well, because people don't like when you point out the things that they're doing wrong, or their faults, or their flaws. And it's not really productive in getting people to change. Focusing on what someone else is doing wrong is just going to make people shut down. It's going to make them want to distance themselves from you, or, you know, just feel really judged. And that's kind of adding to the negativity in a sense. So one of the biggest things that you can start to do is just to be aware. Just to be aware of when you feel the conversation starting to steer that way. And also be aware of your expectations of other people. So I use the example of using positive what-ifs in different situations. And I mentioned that in a previous video. I'm going to talk a lot more about that. And I might do a video just sharing like 100 different positive what-if statements that you could use, because they are so powerful. So when you're on your way to work, I want you to try something. I want you to start saying some positive what-ifs. Like, what if today we actually talk about something that is really inspiring? What if today all of my coworkers just decide that they don't want to gossip anymore? What if today I bring up a topic that is funny and everyone in the office just ends up laughing and having a great time? What if today is such a productive day that there's no time for any drama? And just really set that scene, because I really do believe that what we expect in life is what we kind of attract. And if you've noticed that when you expect, like when you're going to meet up with someone and you expect that they're going to yell at you and they're going to be mad at you and there's going to be a confrontation, it really affects how you feel. And more often than not, that almost comes true because you're expecting it and that person can sense that feeling within you. So what you want to do is you kind of want to dissolve that expectation in yourself. You want to kind of not expect the worst of these people, not expect them to, not assume that they're going to start being judgy and gossipy and negative. Look for the best in them. So, there's obviously something that you can find in each of these people that you work with that you actually like, that's a positive aspect. So the more that you focus on those things about those people, the more of that you're going to see. It's like when you say to yourself, or, if someone says, don't think about a pink elephant, then a pink elephant is what comes into your mind. And then you start seeing the color pink everywhere. And it's almost like you've activated that part of your brain, and now the thing that you thought about starts appearing everywhere in your life. So the more that you're looking for the good in people, the more it's going to start showing up. And this doesn't mean that they're never going to say a negative comment again just because of your positive thoughts, but it kind of sets the tone for you and puts you in that positive expectation frame of mind. And so the next thing is, when that conversation does come up, if it does come up and you notice the negativity or the gossip, don't respond. This is something that just takes self-control and discipline. Try your hardest to just say, let me just pause before I say anything. If you feel like you're going to jump in and you're like, ooh, I've got something to add to that, or ooh, I've got a juicy bit of gossip to say, or I have something negative that I can contribute to that, pause. Take a deep breath and just say nothing. If you feel that, because there's something to be said about, like, if you just feel like butting into the conversation and saying, let's talk about something positive instead, that might kind of come across as awkward. It might not be well received by them. So there's power in silence, there's power in saying nothing, and there's power in just dissolving the conversation. Like if you're one-on-one with someone, and you can try this in any situation, if they just keep saying negative things and you're just like, okay, or, well, it is what it is, and things happen, and you just keep things real neutral, before long, they're going to run out of negative things to say, and they're going to realize that you're not adding fuel to that fire. And so the conversation dissolves, and, it doesn't grow. And over time, people will realize, hey, I can't come up to Amanda and gossip because she doesn't really feed into that. And you won't even have to say anything. You won't have to announce it. That will just be a common, unspoken piece of knowledge that people will understand that is just not who you are. So why bother even coming to you to talk about negative things? So, and the last thing is, if it's at a point where it is really, really like rude, or people are swearing, or it's just like it's affecting your work, then of course you can speak up. If you have a boss at work, then just like speak to them and say, you know what, this environment is not healthy for me. Can we move my desk so that I'm not around this negativity? Or can I maybe switch up my hours so that I'm not working with these same people because I'm finding it to be disruptive to my work? Like if it's at a level where it's actually like super offensive and you need to speak up for yourself and you need to kind of butt in, then of course take action. But be aware of the things that you can control, because sometimes it can feel like I can't help it and there's just negativity all around me. But I love that when you wrote that question to me, you already admitted that you were playing a role and you were super self-aware of the fact that you were contributing. So that fact alone means that you can now take these steps to start diffusing the situation, staying silent when there is negativity and allowing it to just kind of dissolve. And then the last step is bring up something that you know makes everyone laugh. Bring up something that you know makes people feel good. Neutral conversations. If there's a TV show that everyone in the office loves, bring it up. Be like, did you guys see that episode? Wasn't that hilarious? My favorite part was this. You know what I mean? Try to keep things nice and light and do your best to kind of, steer conversations in a positive way. Where you have the opportunity to say something that might turn into gossip, just keep quiet in those times and compliment others as well. That's another one. It's really hard for people to be negative and to be gossipy when you're speaking about the things that you like about them. You know, like if you know someone loves a certain sports team or a certain song, you know, bring up that thing to them. Talk about things that are going to be uplifting, that are going to be neutral and are unlikely to turn into a negative. All right, Amanda, thank you so much for this question. If anyone else has a question for me and you would like to hear my response to it in a video, feel free to leave it for me in the comment section of this video or on Instagram or Facebook at MelissaAlexandria01. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I just want to say I love you so much and I appreciate you for being here with me on my channel. Have a great day.